It's the weekend here at Muscle in the Morning, and I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, May 18th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. There comes a moment in sports where every athlete finds out whether or not they're cut out for the spotlight. And for soon-to-be rookie 212 pro Errold Moore, that moment will come this weekend when he steps out on stage to make his rookie debut at the New York Pro. Moore won his pro card at last year's NPC Nationals, where he decimated the light heavyweight class on the way to a convincing win. But it'll take that and then some to make a dent in this crazy 212 lineup that we're expecting to see at this weekend's event. On paper, Moore's got that combination of round muscles and a small waist that we've seen do well in the 212 division from day one. But whether or not that'll be enough to carry him against some of the best in the business is something that we'll all get a chance to find out this Saturday night. Even if you're not a car person, there's still something special about seeing a high-end sports car coming in your rear view that makes you not want to take your eyes off the mirror. And right about now, I know there are plenty of bikini athletes out there keeping their eyes on their rear view now that former Miss Olympia Ashley Kaltwasser is officially back in business. Earlier in the week, Team Kaltwasser released their latest round of updates, where we catch one of the best to ever do it in the bikini division, showing off some of her assets that made her famous. To her credit, the time away from the stage doesn't seem to have caused the former champ to skip a beat. And given how volatile things can be at the top of the bikini division, I wouldn't doubt for a second that she winds up back on that Olympia stage with a serious chance to win back her title. Outside of the obvious headliners, the top 10 in classic physique at this weekend's New York Pro feels like it's entirely wide open right about now. But if you're still in the market for a late bandwagon to jump on, T-minus 24 hours from kickoff, former amateur Olympia winner David Hoffman might not be a bad place to start. After spending the better part of the last two seasons fading away from the stage, it looks like Hoffman is less than a day away from giving the world a look at Hoff 2.0 when he makes his classic physique debut. From what we've seen over the last month or so, Hoffman looks like he's been bringing back that classic 80s look that made him so popular a few years ago, right after his big win. So if he can deliver the goods tomorrow night, he's someone who really has a shot at shaking things up in that top call-out. Sometimes in life it takes going back to your roots to give yourself the much-needed mental and physical reset you need to get things going once again. So maybe a return trip to where it all started for former 212 Olympian Erin Clark will be just what the doctor ordered. This weekend, Clark is scheduled to hit the New York Pro stage for the first time since 2013, when he delivered a strong fourth-place finish as a 212 competitor. Even if his first foray into the open class didn't go quite as planned a few weeks ago back in Indianapolis, there are always something special about the New York Pro stage that's brought out the best in guys like Clark, who thrive in this sort of environment. So it'll be interesting to see if he can recapture some of that old magic up there once the action finally gets rolling. This time of year, Shreveport, Louisiana can be a pretty fun place to settle in for a weekend. So hopefully after she's done running her victory lap at the Optimum Pro, women's physique standout Diana Schnaidt will find some time to check out the city. This week, the veteran pro put the finishing touches on her look before hopping on a plane and heading south for her season debut, where she figures to be right in the center of the action in a surprisingly deep lineup. Last year, Schnaidt closed out her season with two really impressive second-place finishes at the Dallas Europa Pro and Chicago Pro shows. So if she's been able to build on that foundation, she shouldn't have any problem working her way up into a top 5 conversation. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.